Okay, so let's start with our favorite show of the week, the Ferrari shit show. So
Uh,
apparently Leclerc drove pretty well. He came fourth, blah 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 blah. Okay, Hamilton came what P8 or something, P9 or something.
P7,
P7.
P7, P7.
Hamilton has started. This is the same story where he starts speaking in riddles. He's like, strangely enough, they found something wrong with my car, but they didn't find it in Leclerc's car. So hopefully things will get better. Once again, things are turning south. He always mentioned something when he was McLaren. Oh, there's something wrong with my that car. When
Mm.
last year when Russell was beating, I'm not saying that he's accusing them of being racist or everything, but this is a pattern. It's always something wrong with the car.
Well, Ferrari have a fast car.
Yeah,
There's no, but they're tinkering too much, and there's a problem with the team ethics, and they're experimenting. I mean, he experimented again with the hard tire. I guess in theory that should have worked because I mean he should have been faster on the mediums, but I think he came in a lap too early, um,
yeah,
and he wasn't able to take advantage of the medium tire. His strategy it left it was just an experiment that failed,
yeah. But
unfortunately.
there's always some experiment with these guys every
Yeah.
week. Yeah,
Yes, and he needs to get some consistency and some normalcy. This is why I'm not enjoying Ferrari. Let's be honest. I've always supported British drivers. In that Formula One, I first supported Mansell, then I supported Damon Hill, then I supported Jenson Button, and then I supported Lewis Hamilton. And I was like, why am I supporting Ferrari? Because all through the time I've done Formula One, I've always despised Ferrari. And
yeah.
I was like, this is like the two opposite things coming together to create concoction. And I'm now beginning to understand why I hated Ferrari. I hate the chaos around Ferrari. There's a structure with McLaren and Mercedes and Williams that they follow a kind of logic and organization that I'm used to when I'm watching Formula One. And Ferrari doesn't have any of this. And it's very annoying. And it's sort of
Yeah,
like imagine you're a logic person and then you're trying to navigate chaos. And
yeah.
and it's annoying and it's
And,
not
and here's
timely.
another thing. So before I go on, no, let's go to our father. What do you think? Going back to what I said about Hamilton complaining about something, he may have a legitimate thing about a part with his car, but there's always something, isn't there?
Hamilton, I don't know why he's complaining. He says that no matter what you do as a driver, there's a component in the car that makes you to underperform. He's not being specific. I think
It's
Yeah, he
the
might be specific
behind
that
the
there's
wheel.
some component.
It's
yeah,
the nuts behind the wheel.
yes,
That's
Yeah,
with
they're
the
all
not
his
behind
that's
the wheel.
what's
experience, but
behind
with
it.
all his experience, I would expect that he would be a little bit more technical and specific. And then to Leclerc, I don't see anything fantastic in what he did. Is the bare minimum, the barest minimum you expect from Leclerc. There was nothing fantastic about it. Everybody expects Leclerc to step up. We know the kind of driver he is, and is more suited to the Ferrari than Hamilton. So whatever I did this weekend was just same old same.
Yeah, and he's
I
only
expect
beating Hamilton by 2/10 of a second.
yes,
I'm
he's
not. I'm
only
not. I'm
beating.
not. Everybody's calling him driver of the weekend. I don't. I
No,
don't
no, no,
see.
no, no,
What
no.
did he
I don't
come?
see
He
anything
came P4. Did
fantastic
he
in
come
his
P4?
driving.
He came
Yes,
P4. Yeah, he beat Russell. Russell didn't have the greatest weekend,
yes,
but
but even him that appears to uh, uh, have a better understanding of the Ferrari car said that the car has inherent limitations,
yeah,
and therefore is competitively deficient. So it's Vasseur and his engineering team have to step it up, whether they do it gradually or they do it.
and see, here's the thing. Like we know
Leclerc
that Red Bull.
didn't overtake anyone. Did he overtake anybody?
No,
No,
not
no,
at
there was
all.
only one overtaking the whole race, and that was
I think
Yuki
it was
overtaking
Isaac
Russell.
Hajar on Carlos Sainz or something.
Doesn't matter. I mean, let's face it, the car is underwhelming. We know McLaren has the best car. We know Verstappen and Red Bull have the best setup from race to race to race to race. So, like I said, the Ferrari shit show continues. But isn't it funny that when Hamilton was at Mercedes, there was also chaos with his car. You get my point. So
Yeah.
it seems like now that he's left it, there's no chaos in Mercedes. Everything's good. And I'm not making any judgments here. I don't know what the cause is, but Hamilton has never been known as someone to give feedback for setups and things to drivers. He just says, "Give me a stable car and let me push it around." In this ground effect era, that ain't gonna work. In this ground effect era, Hamilton's part of the era where you had three pedals. Now it's just two pedals and computers and downforce settings and differential. And you got all these new kids like Verstappen whose brains are like computers. Hamilton comes from a day where his dad puts a cone and says, when you get there, slam your brakes. I think he was born in the wrong decade. What do you think, Lorato?
Yeah, well, I mean, age is obviously catching up. Technology also, in terms of adaptability, becomes a big thing. But I think, I mean, in general terms, the Ferrari engineering wing is underusing a lot of the potential that they have. I mean, with regards to the kind of engine that they have, they keep up showing up with a lack of pace. I think even from the data that sort of emerges after the race, it turns out that Hamilton's Ferrari specifically, was only like a second faster, or a couple of tenths faster than Hajar's V-carb per lap in a race, which is how he managed to stay there. And obviously, they were able to stay in that position because of a different strategy, sort of going for a longer haul with the harder tires. But I think, had things been a little bit different, we could have seen wheel to wheel between Hajar and Hamilton, which would have been something.
But isn't that ironic? Because Hamilton, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, there is sort of like you're saying, this thing that the cars are different between Leclerc's and Hamilton's. I'm not really sure what is. I've been trying to read up and find out.
Nobody knows. There's always some ghost story from Hamilton, man. Come on.
Yeah. What the differences are.
There might be differences based on the feedback they give their driver. Yeah, he's saying some component. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But both the drivers at Ferrari were complaining. At some point during the race, towards the engineers about the performance of the car.
So let's look at the irony. So the irony now is that this guy's most likely going to beat Hamilton's record for rookies for points in the season. The kid Antonelli, and he replaces Hamilton, and Hamilton's looking at the back. Hamilton's looking at the back. Let me tell you something. I know something about competitive people like Hamilton. This is destroying him. It's just another thing for him to think about during Q3 next week, rather than thinking about the track. Last year, I said, just like Vettel, and just like Alonso, Lewis Hamilton's graveyard will be at Ferrari. Enough said. So let's